Morning everyone. Till now we have covered 16 lectures in this crop production technology course, and today we are going to see about fodder maize, its origin, geographical distribution, economic importance, soil and climatic requirement, varieties and cultural practices, yield of this fodder maize. Okay. Before entering into the topic, let me say something important points about this green fodders. Why we have to use this maize as fodder crop, where it was going to be utilized. Mostly green fodder is an important component of animal husbandry. The growth of dairy sector primarily depends upon the availability of nutritious fodder. Maize is one of the most nutritious non-legume green fodders. The high acceptability of maize as fodder can be judged from the fact that it is free from any anti-nutritional components. Because of its anti-nutritional components, it will be mostly accepted by the farmers and by the livestock also. Maize is quick growing crop which yields high biomass and is highly palatable. Not only that, it contains sufficient quantities of proteins, minerals and possesses high digestibility as compared to other non-leguminous fodders. It contains high concentrations of soluble sugars in the green stage, which makes it most fit for preservation as silage. Considering all these points, the abundance of green fodder due to increasing cultivation of different types of corn could greatly help in boosting the prospects of dairy sector in the peri-urban regions of this country. This was the reason why fodder is going to be produced in huge quantity nowadays. Let us see what are green fodders, how it can be used. Green fodder production is the most challenging activity in the dairy enterprise. It not only reduces the feeding cost but also keeps the animals healthy and reduces micronutrient deficiency and increase milk production. This forage will usually contain relatively large concentrations of cellulose, hemicellulose and lignin, as well as variable amounts of non-fibrous carbohydrates and proteins. Dairy animals obtain nutrients with the help of energy, protein, fiber, minerals, vitamins and water from the forages for the maintenance of their body and optimum performance. There are many legume and non-legume fodder varieties. Of that, maize is one of the fodder variety, non-legume fodder variety. Maize is a non-legume fodder variety crop. Okay, and the ideal characteristics. Let us see the ideal characteristics of good fodder varieties. The crop should be short duration, high biomass potential. It should have high biomass potential, and it should be nutritious and tasty fodder. It should be suitability for preservation and negligible concentrations of anti-nutritional components. Green fodders can be broadly divided into two categories. As I said before, fodder is in non-legumes. Likewise, legumes also is one of the other type of fodder. Okay, two different types of fodder types. One is leguminous fodder and other is non-leguminous fodder crops. Some of the common green forages cultivated in India, or most of them is maize as the fodder crop. Okay, it is an important crop having wider adaptability to varied agroclimatic conditions. Let us see how it was going to be survive in India. In India, it is the third most important food crop after rice and wheat. It is the crop with the highest per day productivity. The production as well as productivity of maize is growing in India. In the sixth five-year plan, maize achieved the highest growth rate among all the cereals as against the required growth rate of 4.7%, which is set by Planning Commission of India. Okay, they have said the planning commission has said the potential of maize crop is 4.7%. And it is an excellent crop in terms of biomass production. Since the production as well as productivity of maize is increasing, the availability of biomass from maize is also increasing by the same magnitude. If the crop increases, the biomass from that plant will also be automatically increased. Okay, it is simultaneously proportional. Maize straw has been used as animal fodder since long. The fodder quality of green maize is considered best among non-legume forage crops. Maize is considered ideal forage because it grows quickly, produces high yields, and is palatable, which is rich in nutrients and helps to increase body weight and milk quantity in cattle. As fodder for livestock, maize is excellent, highly nutritive and sustainable. For livestock, this fodder will be helpful for as it contains high nutrients and sustainable growth. Okay, it is commonly grown as mostly kharif fodder in the northwestern regions of India, but in southern regions it will be mostly suitable as rabi fodder crops. Its quality is much better than sorghum and pearl millet. If you are going to compare this fodder maize with sorghum and pearl millet, definitely the nutrients content or the quality will be higher in fodder maize. So that both sorghum as well as pearl millet possess anti-quality components such as hydrocyanic acid and oxalate respectively, but this maize will not consist of these components. Okay, hence fodder maize is going to be most preferable than the sorghum and pearl millet. Next, let's see the introduction of this crop. Maize is an ideal forage crop grown throughout the country. It is quickly, as I said before, it is quick growing, highly yielding and supplies palatable and nutritious forage which can be fed at any stage of growth without any risk to animals. It can be fed as green or dry and makes excellent silage. Maize produces good quality herbaceous fodder with high palatability. On an average, it contains 9 to 10% of CP and 60 to 64% of NDF and 38 to 41% of ADF and 23 to 25% of hemicellulose, 28 to 30% of cellulose on dry matter basis when harvested at milk to early duff stage. If you are going to harvest this crop during early duff stage, the amounts which I have said before, that's going to be present in that forage crop. Okay. Maize is the native to Central America, which also spread to the Caribbean and Southern and Northern America. After that, it has been rushed up to Canada and Russia. And Chile, Argentina are also cultivating this fodder maize. This was the places and distribution of the areas where fodder maize is going to be cultivated. Okay, let's move to the soil conditions required for raising this fodder maize. Okay, as it is an ideal forage crop which is grown throughout the year, it requires well-drained, leveled and fertile loamy soil with a neutral to slightly acidic reaction, which is best suited for its growth. It is susceptible to water stagnation and moisture stress. Repeating again, this fodder maize requires well-drained, leveled and fertile loamy soil with neutral to slightly acidic reaction, which is best suited for its growth. It is susceptible to water stagnation and moisture stress. If you see the varieties of this crop, there are different types of varieties that are present here. African Tall, Vijay, Moti and Jawhar Composite, J1006, Eddie Cuba, BL54 are different types of varieties. African Tall is grown in the areas of mostly entire the country it was growing, and it yields the green fodder about 55 to 80 tons per hectare. Repeating again, African tall is cultivating throughout the country and it yields about 55 to 80 tons per hectare. Next variety is Vijay, Moti and Jawhar composite. These varieties were also rising all throughout the country and it yields about 35 to 47 tons per hectare. Next variety is J1006. It is cultivated only in Punjab and it yields about 45 to 55 tons per hectare. Next variety AD Cuba, which is growing in northeast. It gives yield about 25 to 44 tons per hectare. VL54 is another variety which is grown in hilly areas. It will give yield about 30 to 45 tons per hectare. This is about the varieties of fodder maize. Let's see the cropping system for this crop. Cowpea is the preferred legume for mixed cropping with maize. For mixed crop, 30 kg maize plus 20 kg of cowpea per hectare should be sown in paired alternate rows, which is of 2:2 ratio. For mixed crop, 35 kg nitrogen along with that 40 kg of phosphorus per hectare should be added at sowing time, and another 35 kg of nitrogen at knee-high stage of maize should be applied in the field. Atrazine should not be used for weed control in mixed crop, otherwise cowpea will also be killed. As we are going to raise the mixed crop, in that case atrazine should not be used as weedicide in that crops, as it affects the cowpea crop. Okay, this was about the cropping system in fodder maize. Let's see the field preparation required for this fodder maize. Okay, one operation with soil turning plough followed by 2 cross harrowings and leveling are adequate to get a weed free and level seed bed. Repeating again, one operation with soil turning plough followed by 2 cross harrowings and leveling are adequate to get weed free and level seed bed. Next, moving to seed and sowing. Here let's see the method of time of sowing and seed rate required for this fodder maize. After preparing a fine seed bed, the crop must be sown in lines of about 20 to 30 centimeters apart. What was the spacing here? 20 to 30 centimeters. Okay, so the spacing required, and we have to make the seed bed. After that, we have to sow the seeds in lines by using seed drill or maize planter or by Kara on para method. Sowing time varies from place to place. Maize has bold seed size, so that it requires about 50 to 60 kg seeds depending upon size. Seeds should be sown in lines spaced at 30 centimeters. For summer sowing in irrigated areas, last week of February to last week of March to April is the appropriate time. Okay, for summer season we are going to plant during last week of February to last week of March to April is the appropriate time for summer sowing seeds. Rainy season crop is sown with the beginning of rains in June to July. Rabi crop is sown in October to November, particularly in eastern and southern parts of our country. In hill, sowing is taken up in May. Okay, let's see the seed rate required for here. 25 to 30 kg per acre and 20 kg per acre is recommended for crops grown for fodder and grain purposes. Okay, respectively. When sown mixed with cowpea, use 12 kg seeds of cowpea and 20 kg of maize per acre. If you are going to sow this crop in mixed cropping, then we are going to use 20 kg of maize per acre along with cowpea of 12 kg per acre is going to be used for mixed cropping. This is about seed and sowing of this fodder maize crop. I have mentioned here the climatic requirement for this fodder maize. The favorable climate is between 8 degrees centigrade to 45 degrees centigrade. It was the normal temperature, but the most favorable range is about 20 degrees centigrade to 35 degrees centigrade. Which is the most favorable range for raising maize crop? 20 degrees centigrade to 35 degrees centigrade. Okay. Now let's see nutrient management which is required for fodder maize. 100 kg of nitrogen along with 30 kg of phosphorus per hectare is required for fodder maize. In this, half of this N dose should be given at sowing time and remaining half at knee-high stage of the crop. If there is any zinc deficient soils below 0.56 ppm zinc, then 15 to 20 kg zinc sulfate per hectare should be also be broadcast at the time of sowing. Okay, if there is any zinc deficient soils, then we can use 15 to 20 kg of zinc sulfate per hectare should be used during the time of sowing. Okay. Not only that, maize responds well to the application of farmyard manure and compost. We can also apply 10 tons farmyard manure or compost per acre 1/4 before sowing. 1/4 night before sowing, we have to add this farmyard manure and compost. It will fodder maize crop will respond good to this both FIM and compost. In addition to it, as I said before that, 25 kg of urea at time of sowing and 25 kg of urea after 25 to 30 days after sowing we have to recommend. In the absence of any FIM, it requires 110 kg urea per acre. If you are not going to add this FIM, then we have to use 110 kg of urea per acre. In addition to this, half of the urea should be applied at the time of sowing and remaining half after 25 to 30 days after sowing. This is about the nutrient management. Now moving to water requirement or water management. The maize crop is comparatively more sensitive to excess moisture and stress. It requires about 5 to 6 irrigations at 10 to 12 days interval during summer season, 3 to 4 during Rabi and 1 to 2 during rainy seasons when rainfall interval exceeds 12 days. If the rainfall exceeds 12 days, if there is no rains, then we have to use 3 to 4 during Rabi season and 1 to 2 irrigation during rainy season. Okay, this is about the water requirement. And weed management. Weeds very effectively may be controlled by spraying 200 gram atrazine or Atrata 50 WP wettable powder dissolved in 200 liters water per acre within 2 days of sowing or up to 2 to 3 leaf stage of weeds. At 3 to 4 weeks crop stage, hoeing with weeded comb mulcher takes care of this weed crops. Pre-emergent spray of atrazine, as I said, along with this, at first we have to take the hoeing with weeded comb mulcher in this maize crop so that it will control the weed growth or it will remove the weeds which are present in that field. Let's see the disease management. The most disease occur in this maize crop is downy mildew, which can easily be identified with symptoms like narrow, chlorotic or yellow stripe later developing in brown lesions. The disease is seed-borne and may be escaped by seed treatment with Thiram at the rate of 2 gram per kg of seeds. The bacterial stalk rot, in which plant shows rotting from base of stalks upward or from the top downward. The soil trenching with bleaching powder at the rate of 3 gram per 10 liter water controls the disease. The brown spot in which lower parts of the plant appear slightly bleached is caused due to water stagnation. Drain of excess water controls the disease. So that these practices should be followed when we have seen the downy mildew disease in this crop. Next, we are going to see about pest control. The important insects attacking the maize is shoot fly, shoot borer or cutworm. This can be controlled by spraying malathion. Let's see the harvest of this crop. It is harvested 60 to 70 days after sowing depending upon the varieties. The crop is ready for harvest at the silk stage for fodder purpose. During this silk stage, these plants will be getting ready for this harvest, okay, which continues up to milk stage. Up to milk stage we can harvest this crop. The early harvesting though produce good quality fodder, but it yield is very reduced. In case of late harvesting, the fodder quality is impaired. So that by keeping these 2 points in mind, at the appropriate time we have to harvest the crop, okay. The early harvesting produce good quality fodder, but it yields reduced. In case of late harvesting, the fodder quality is impaired. The yield of this maize about 160 to 200 quintal of green fodder per acre during rainy season and 100 to 120 quintal of fodder per acre during summer season. Repeating again, the yield of maize is around 160 to 200 quintal of green fodder per acre during rainy season and 100 to 120 quintal of fodder per acre during summer season. This is about the cultivation practices of fodder maize. If you are going to use all these agronomical practices correctly, then we can get good yields in this maize crop.